everybody. What is up? It is your girl EJ, the TV junkie, y'all. We are in the building. We are here to talk about Found. This was the fall finale, y'all, and we got some things to talk about. And I don't know. I felt like I was a little bit underwhelmed by this episode. I felt like I wanted something more, but maybe that's just me. What you think, Tamika?
Yeah, I did like the episode. I was into it. I was like, oh God, it was a couple of moments that definitely made me laugh and just go through a couple different emotions. But we did not get the rumble in the jungle that I was looking for. I too wanted more. I'm like, now y'all didn't again and give me the okey doke. Like I want to see Heavy Boots and Serve go at it, but it wasn't him. So
Exactly. I really thought we were gonna get that this time. I was like, oh yeah, we're
mhm.
about to go there. So I'm guessing, maybe we won't get that whole Gabby situation until maybe the end of
Yeah.
the actual season. But
Yes.
it is what it is. But listen, y'all, this particular episode right here, we found Margaret in a tough space again. It's her son's birthday, and we learned a little bit more about what happened on that day, right? Um, as much as I have been upset with Margaret, I feel like in this episode I tried to turn a corner and I tried to be more sympathetic toward this character that's going around for a little while. Um, it was hard though because I she'd been on my nerves all this whole time. So it was really hard for me to try to find that sympathy when she just been on Gabby neck. You know how I feel about Gabby, Tamika, and the fact that she been on her neck like this just has been irritating me. What were your thoughts about Margaret? Did you feel anything this go around or same?
I did feel something for like 5 minutes. I mean, I was like, oh God, like, we not doing that, right? Because I was trying to figure out, like, they kept saying she was with her daughter. And then we, like, seeing her. And I'm like, it don't look like she with her damn daughter to me. And, of course, finding out that it's her son's birthday and all of that, it makes sense. She going through the motions. Um, but then I kind of the sorriness went away a little bit too because I was like, oh, Margaret was a B back then as well. Like her son was like, girl, you ain't shit, and I feel like that's like the second show I watched this week where a kid was telling their mama that they trash. So I said that little boy might have hopped on the damn bus himself. He might have been like, I need to get the hell away from her. But I felt bad, but I was like, you don't tell a child like, oh, even though I get you want your moment to yourself, and I get why she would feel as guilty as she do. Now that we saw that, because we had never saw all of that part before, so it definitely explained a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, come on now, really? I just feel like every time we learn something else, I'm just like more and more. I'm like, so why are we so mad at Gabby? Because, ma'am, you are not.
Exactly.
What do you say? You're not the one or the two.
Hmm.
But I'm just saying, like, I just don't get it. It every single time. That's what takes me back. Like, I try to have that empathy for her, but at the same time, I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. But anywho, what's your vibe check on this episode? I know you said you kind of liked it, but dig a little deeper for me. What's your vibe check?
Yeah, it was just like I like some things more than others. Like I said, they had me going. I was into the case, but then I felt like the case kind of said, at a certain point, I was like, well, what the hell is going on here with this? And then just in terms of our characters, I really wanted some more, especially for this to be like that fall finale. I just have a little bit more to it.
Yeah, I feel like it was missing something. Like I felt like we should have had a big cliffhanger that happened.
Yeah.
I felt like this wasn't a big enough cliffhanger for me to be like, I can't wait for it to come back. Although I am excited for it to come back, I'm not in that mode of, oh my God, I cannot wait for this to come back. I'm just like, really, that's what y'all did? Like
Yeah.
that's how we ended this.
Yeah, I
So
kind of felt that way too. I was like, okay, girl. Like, I think they did a better job with season one.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like it really had you wanting to see what was going to happen. Shout out to everybody that is in the chat. Thank you guys for coming through. I know this is one of those shows that everybody is not quite on just yet, but I'm hoping that by the time we get to season 3, we'll have way more people up in here and people will catch on to the show. and want to come talk about it. But shout out to the people who do come and support us. Jackie Jones, we appreciate you. I think it's another Hunt. Thank you. And for those who hasn't said anything, but you're in the chat, we appreciate you guys. But yeah, let me see what you said, Jackie. Sarah's gonna look for her son. I think so too. I think that he is definitely going to go and look for the son. I think he's going to be the one that finds him, and then she's going to owe him big time. I think that was the best theory that I heard yet. I think Tamika actually came up with that theory, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was saying that. As a matter of fact, I even thought at one point in this episode that she was going to go to him. Like, when they couldn't find her, I thought maybe she had went over to him then. Like, I knew she was at her breaking point, so it's either she going to do something to herself, or the opposite, she gonna do something drastic and try to tell him, like, I take you up on your offer. I want to try to find my damn son. I thought it was gonna be one or the other. I apologize, y'all. I'm like catching a cold, and my eyes and everything is burning.
Oh, girl, we understand. No worries. So there was this one point where he is talking to somebody. We know 100% that somebody's helping him, but who it is, still baffles me. I'm still going to go. I'm still going to ride for the sister. I still think that that's a viable choice, but I'm also on this Margaret thing. After we got that file back, the M&A file, now I'm on Margaret. I'm like, maybe it's Margaret. We know it's not Zeke because Zeke can't go nowhere. We know it's not Lacey because Lacey is, she's not doing that. She probably be have him in a headlock or something. So we know it's not her. We know it's not Gabby, right? But could it be? I don't think it is, but could it be? But I really don't think it's her. But I feel like it's going to be somebody that we least expect. And I'm thinking Margaret. I don't think it's Don. I thought about him for like a second. I thought about maybe he struck some deal up with him. But I feel like I loved your theory about Margaret and wanting to find her son by any means necessary.
Yeah. I could kind of see it. I wasn't really. First, I was like, nah, nobody out the crew would do that. But then I just feel like she's so desperate. And after her being able, like, having the interaction with him herself, because, previous to that, it really was just her all the time saying stuff to Gabby and getting whatever information she knew about him from her. But then she got to have her own interaction and him kind of saying, like, I can help you find your son, girl. I just felt like it's gonna be a time. They didn't bring that up for nothing. I feel like she gonna take him up on that, or he gonna go and do it, and like you said, be like, now you owe me.
Okay, that part. What's up, Lemon Kush Pepper? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think she is going to take him up on that, and I think that is going to be. I think that's going to be a hell of a storyline, y'all. When that part right there happens, I think that's going to be the one. So let's jump into some of the things that kind of happened. We got the case. Let's start with the case. So of course we got the case. A little girl comes in and she's like, her mom is missing, right? And she feels like this man named Kane or somebody has taken him, right? And that's really all the real details we have on her. We have an assumed name. It's not a real name. She doesn't have a footprint. The only picture that's on the internet is the one that her daughter actually put up there, because you know how these kids be, they don't know everything that be going on and they just want to be kids, like they just want to do. So, and then we know that the daughter snuck out and went to her friend's house. And then when she came back, her mom was missing. Talk to me about this case. I know last week you were underwhelmed by the case.
Yeah.
So what about this one?
Yeah, I think last week's case was like the least favorite for me. I've been pretty much rocking with all the other ones for the most part, because I like them tying it into, some of the characters and having the characters rethink certain things, because it was kind of bringing up stuff for them. This one, I liked it. I felt like we was kind of getting back to the cases that we would do in season 1. And, the fact that this girl comes in, my mom is missing, she told me to come to y'all if anything should ever happen. And, we kind of curious to see, okay, where's this going? Where's her daggone mom? What's happening? Because we seeing that this guy has been after her. So, of course, first thing we going to think that, he done cheated and he done got her and ran off with her somewhere. And I thought it was interesting that she didn't have any type of social media, but like you said, her daughter done put stuff up there. So that's really the only stuff that they had.
Absolutely. So I kind of like this case this go around. I feel like we did get back to some of the cases like where we started at, because I always like these cases. I always like the like you said, the way they tie in. I just like the cases. I'm a huge Criminal Minds fan, and this reminds me so much of Criminal Minds in the sense of how they play it out, where they have the case and then they have the big story that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always liked that style. But we know that Margaret was having a hard time right from the jump, right? She thought she was kind of going back to the bus station, right? We know she can't go to the bus station. I've always wondered, like, would this make her snap? Would this be her snap moment? Do you think that do you we know how we ended where she's getting some help, but do you think that we're gonna stay in that mode, or do you think that Margaret's making a turn, or do you think that we're it's too soon?
Yeah, I definitely think it's too soon. I would say we still got to keep an eye on Margaret. She's very fragile now. I would be disappointed if they make it seem like it's a one and done and she's just all fixed and together just because we saying that. She gonna have her daughter there to help them. Of course, the crew there to help, and then now be seeking help. That's a good thing. That's a start, but I definitely feel like we gonna still have to keep our eye on her. And I did like that even here, her going to see I forget Don's
Bri-
partner's name.
Brian, I believe.
Brian, yeah. Her going and talking with him, even though he had clearly said, like, I'm not gonna be talking to you, on a regular basis or anything like that. You need to go see somebody else. It was just like he obviously could see she really needed it. So it was like, okay, that's a good start. At least she did try to go and talk to somebody, but we wasn't knowing all the other stuff that was gonna be coming into play.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been kind of low key mad at Brian because I'm like, bruh, why we even here? Like, why are we here exactly? Like, it is what it is. I guess I just don't understand why everybody's so upset about this particular thing. It just feels like there's so many other things that we really could be upset about, that we really could find to be angry about. How about we redirect all this anger towards her instead of Gabby? You know what I'm saying? And Don, because they just did what they had to do, like, point blank and period. I just don't get it, but and I like Brian, but still,
Yeah,
why?
that seems kind of random to me, to be honest. Like, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have made it be that way, but it wasn't. That's the way they wrote it. Hey, cuz. So I didn't really get him taking it to that degree where we need to separate. I don't want to speak to you and be around you no more and all of that kind of stuff and saying all the stuff he said to Gabby. I just didn't think it was necessary, but that's what
Yeah,
we want to do.
absolutely. I'm about tired of people coming for Gabby. About to crawl through this TV on somebody. Y'all leave her
Right.
alone. But yeah, I mean, he has a conversation with her, but I knew she was fragile right then. I love these flashbacks, but every week, Mama do something that just always irritates me. I'm like, Mama, you know that this is not normal no more. Like, if somebody call you, you don't just be giving out information. Like, don't do that.
Exactly. But I will say, finally, we listening, okay? Because little Lacey was like, "Oh, hell to the no." I said that is not so. Like, the audacity this damn man had. He really didn't give a damn. He just calling and, oh yeah, this is such and such school, and we calling about Gabby, and it's like she just was ready to give the info, and Lacey heard that damn voice and was like, "No, okay." We hurried up and wrote that out on the damn book. Like, it is, sir, hang up the damn phone, lady. And this time she listened, okay? She was like, who is this again? Where did you say you was calling from? Which is what she should have been doing in the first place. But I was happy that she did catch on. She hurried up and was like, wait a minute, and, embraced her daughter, and she believed her. Like, damn it, lady, she been trying to tell you servants still creeping around.
Okay, exactly. We even see a flashback moment where Gabby is having a moment as well. Like, everybody, I feel like these flashbacks are so necessary because they just give us so much insight as to how they coped with this after they were taken. You know what I mean? Like, because we know that they were taken. We know that they stayed there for quite a bit of time, because a year is a long time to be with somebody
Yeah,
that done took you.
exactly.
you know, and then to see how they cope. I love the transition of how they kind of transition into it from when they go to what Gabby's going through in the present and what Lacey's going through in the present or whatever's happening. Then they kind of transition into these backstories. But I was happy. I was like, okay, so we finally listening to little Bella. Okay, we finally listening to her, and maybe we will move out of this house, change these doors because I don't like them doors. I don't like them French doors.
Exactly. I don't either. No, change them.
Okay. Doesn't it feel like Trent and Gabby are turning a corner though? Like I was less irritated with Trent these last two episodes. I will say that.
Yeah, until he did what he did with Zeke, he pissed me off. But it do seem like we like, okay, this is business, just business. We trying to get to the bottom of this and find out what we need to find out as far as this daggone case. You know, he asking her, is she coming with him or you gonna meet me there? He ain't give her no big pushback. So, you know, I had like that part. And at first I was a little confused as to why, like when she found that box, she over here creeping and looking and didn't tell him. She kind of was like, no, I didn't find anything. But then he told her and showed her the letters and is like, you know, we going to check them for fingerprints. And I'm like, wait, is Sarah at the damn trail where they was just at? And like, I was confused and then got the pictures laid out of them. I guess that just was like, just to show us that he been watching them. Cause I'm like, why the hell do he need to be looking at these pictures?
That's what I said too when I saw it. But speaking of Sir, and looking at these pictures, he calls somebody up and tells them that it's time, right? That he's, what did he say? He's getting in the way, or he's in the way, or it's time to get him out the way. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Who did you think he was talking about?
I figured he was talking about Trent, but then that's when I said, you mean to tell me he calling somebody else to do his dirty work? Because I really wanted to see him sneak up on Trent, yo. And they know we want that so bad. That's why they keep damn teasing it. And I was like, damn, that mean he ain't going to be the one to go approach him. Like, I already started getting like, when they showed him calling somebody up. Like, what he about to do?
Yeah, I thought that was crazy. I said, "Okay, sir. So what we doing? What are we doing here? And what's the point?" I felt like I was hoping that he was going to make his big move, but I get it. We're mid-season, and maybe this isn't the time to make the big move. Maybe that is a finale thing, but it's gonna happen, y'all. Like he's going to take Gabby again. And they gonna be gone somewhere. I don't know how far they gonna get, but I hope they get out I don't know. I don't want Gabby to get kidnapped, but it's a show. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to progress the show and to make it good. Like I feel like he probably is gonna get her, and they may get out the country, and this may get a little sticky.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
It's gonna be crazy. I think my daughter laughing at me because I said that I want to see. I didn't say I want to see Gabby get kidnapped. I'm just saying that I would like to see the story progress. Otherwise, the story just ends unless we get Sir in jail and he's in here solving these cases in jail. But we've seen that before. Like I want to see something else.
Yeah, it definitely. I think it has to be one or the other.
Yeah. I'm not cruel. But I love this part right here. I love the idea of the little girl going over to Zeke, and you know she's into tech stuff as well. And I like the fact that Zeke, you know, I feel like he was doing something else for once. But why Zeke done went and ordered all this stuff, knowing goodness well he not supposed to have no tech? What's wrong with him, Tamika?
I was actually annoyed with this. Like once they got together, it was cool because you definitely got to see kind of a different side of him and having him interact and her knowing the stuff. But I was really like, why are we sending her to Zeke? Like if anything happens, he ain't gonna be a protector. That's what I was thinking initially when they was like, oh, we gonna drop you by Zeke. And then to know that his behind is over here ordering more stuff and he tapping into the damn police station still. I'm like, Zeke, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is why you in trouble now. And he just like, oh, my dad is on the case. He gonna fix everything. You know, Gabby over here telling him, like, stop. No, we need to still find out about this letter. I was like, okay, Zeke, you just ain't gonna stop. And then when they come pull your ass out that apartment, you gonna be crying.
Okay, he gonna be crying. I'm gonna be crying because I'm like, leave him alone. Don't take him. Like, even though he be making me mad sometimes, I'm gonna still cry for him. But yeah, I thought this was a cute moment. I enjoyed that moment. Listen, y'all, we are going to be doing a watch along this Saturday, like tomorrow, for everybody that is a member. Make sure that you check out. Make sure that you come to the member watch alongs because we do a movie every single Saturday. We just chill and watch a movie. That's it. And this week, Tyra is up and she's going to have us watching some stuff, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and show y'all a little clip of what she's going to be having us watch. And then we're going to jump right back into it.
점점 끔찍해질 거야. 점점 끔찍해질 거야. 점점 끔찍해질 거야.
Okay, y'all. So it is definitely gonna be interesting. So I ain't never seen it before. So we gonna rock with it. But let's jump back into the episode, y'all. So we get to a point where I did want to point this out to Tamika. Lacey is falling right back into her fondness with Gabby. Like she's the one. I felt like she would. She's been slowly doing it, but I feel like she's right back there. I feel like their relationship is back where it needs to be, and I also feel like Gabby is being a little more open with her, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I feel like she's what they should have been doing in the beginning, because I do feel like maybe if she had told her the truth, she might have understood. Matter of fact, she probably would have been like, let's off him. I can see Lacey wanting to do that, you know?
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so you talked about how Zeke done went out and done went and bought all this stuff, knowing goodness well that there's a possibility that he could go to, they will pull him out this apartment or whatever it is, apartment loft, whatever it is, and he will go to jail. And it's nothing that Trent can do. This is something that happens at the end of the episode. Trent actually comes by and talks to him about it, you know? And he says, okay, right? But I don't know. Do you think that's going to be something that we see? Do you think that we're going to go there? Or do you think we've already did this, so we're not going to do it again? Because we did it with the hospital. Do you think we're going to do it again?
Listen, I think he got a warning and he should take heed, because he really would have probably got away with it. The funny thing was him saying, oh no, now I got this special app so they won't know when I tapped in, which if you were such the big tech guy, you should have been doing that to begin with, so they couldn't bring the first damn case against you and come and take the stuff. But then you end up blowing your own self up, of course, by helping Trent. So he kind of gave you that warning because you did come in with the save. But I would not keep doing this shit, Zeke. Okay, I would chill and try to take care of this first case we got, and I don't know, put your energy somewhere else. It can't be there.
Okay, because what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know how many warnings we could get about the same thing.
Absolutely. So we did get one prospect on this case, but it turns out it wasn't even him, you know. But that's kind of how it always goes. We always get that one person. But then Gabby and Trent have a moment where they both go do these doggone press conferences. And I guess, you know, we can go ahead and talk about how, just talk about the rest of the case, because we can go ahead and clear that rest of the case out. I always like to get the cases out the way, and then we'll double back and talk about a couple of other things.
Yeah, like I said, this is where it started being like, okay, what's going on here? First of all, this guy was arrogant as hell. Like, look at me, okay? How the hell she didn't want me? You know, I started having the hots for her. I was supposed to be giving her this training. But then all of a sudden, when I said I was interested in her, then she didn't, you know, want nothing to do with me no more. And I figured it had to be another guy because what else could be the reason? And then later I come and I see this guy. So obviously I was right because, why wouldn't she want somebody like, I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here. That was funny. But then, the other guy that we keep thinking is this person that's supposedly going after her, because I think one minute we thought she could possibly be in witness protection. Another minute we was like, oh, she got to be down some type of informant with the government because of things that the Gabby had found inside of the box. So it was getting intriguing, but then it was like we kept, every minute as usual, of course, a different twist and turn. Then it's like, no, we do this press conference, and I was kind of like, Gabby, what the hell is going on? Because she agreed that she wasn't going to do it, even though she didn't agree with, of course, the way Trent was saying. But then we got two press conferences going at the same time that's literally saying two different damn things. And when that person come forward, he all ready to pull out his hammer, and they like, whoa, calm the hell down. And come to find out, that's just supposed to be, was it the uncle? I think it was her uncle and her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And find out that he had been interacting with her. And then we get, she has schizophrenia. And I'm like, what the hell going on now, y'all? That done went from like 4 or 5 different damn things. I'm like, not her having schizophrenia. I'm like, what's happening here? So that's when they kind of like, that really threw me for a loop.
Okay. And when it all boiled down to it, there really was no big bad. It was all in her mind, because she has schizophrenia and her and she's made up this defense mechanism because of a trauma that she's had with her father. Mm-hmm. And this whole thing is kind of triggering Gabby because, everything goes back to her father and the relationship that they weren't able to have because Sir took this away from them by taking her. It broke her father. And therefore, even when she came back, he wasn't able to come back. She came back, but he wasn't able to come back. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't the father that he was before. And it kind of brought her back to that space again. I'm just like, God dang it, Sir. Dang it. Always doing stuff. Okay. Mm-hmm. But when it was all said and done, we did end up finding her. And we did.
Yeah, because even though I'm like, oh, she's at the hospital, then we get to the hospital, oh, she's not here no more. She ran. She was trying to get to the roof. I was like, my God, like, how many damn twists and turns y'all about to have with this lady? Okay, but, yeah, but then to like Gabby to be able to know, okay, what's the other place she would go to? Because we over here talking about her father used to say you can fly, and she was trying to fly off that damn roof. So it's like, what's the next place? And thank God, she couldn't get there, so she went to the grave. And the correlation between this and Gabby thinking even what she was saying she would go to, and then also having that bring us to where Margaret would go to, because at this point we was kind of finding out about that at the same time that this was happening. So it was a lot, but I was like, girl, please get your help and get home to your damn daughter. Like, child.
It was a lot, but I felt like I liked this case a little bit. But let's talk about some more things, because we had other things going on in the story. We had Margaret, who is going through a trauma. Like, we see the way that she treated her son. Not saying that it was wrong. Sometimes people need breaks, but maybe she didn't have to do it the way she did it. And nobody's judging her for that. As parents, sometimes we, sometimes them kids.
I know she didn't think nothing of it, but it definitely was like, oh, I gotta sit over there. And then, of course, any parent could understand that whole thing of, I just needed a moment to myself. I just wanted 5 minutes. I felt like, he always had high energy. And she also admits that, even when it came to her kids in general, she felt overwhelmed with them and things of that nature, but especially her son, because I guess she felt like he was a little bit more hyper than dealing with her daughter. But at the same time, Margaret, okay, you can't just be like, oh yeah, go over there and child. You can't do that with these damn kids in freaking public. You can't. Like, you got to do something like that when you at home and you want to go in the bathroom for 5 minutes and lock the door, or your basement, I don't know, your garage or whatever. Like, girl, I was like, child, that little boy, it's not funny. I feel bad that it happened to her. God forbid. I would never want that to happen to anybody in real life. But it's like one of those things where you turn your head for 1 minute in any situation and something like that could happen, let alone you being like, oh yeah, just go. So I understand why she feels the guilt that she feels. It makes a lot more sense because it's like I sent him off. If I didn't say that to him, then nobody wouldn't have had a chance to take him. And then, just remembering that her coming to the beach is one of the happiest memories she had. And I was like, oh my God, because when the daughter came, I'm like, yeah, I kept saying, like, we just seen her sitting in the car. I'm like, but where's the daughter? Y'all claim she had went to see the daughter, but I don't see the daughter nowhere in sight. And it's like, no, she never called, she never came. And today is, his birthday. And then we just see in the empty car. I'm like, but where the hell Margaret done took her ass? So I was like, oh Lord, I didn't want anything to happen to her, even though she be a pain in the ass. I was concerned.
Because that she is. But, like I said, I had a little more grace for her this go around.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness. Because I could feel like I've been giving her the business.
Dawn, saying what he said to her, I was like, oh, like I felt like that touched me. Because he was like, listen, I can't nothing can happen to any of y'all, period, point blank. So if you go in the water, I'm going in the water with you. And then that kind of seemed like it brought him and Brian together as well. I was like, about damn time. Because even that, I was like, y'all just leaving the damn daughter with her. Like, y'all like dropping these kids all around every damn body. And, when her daughter came up, like, I'm not going nowhere. Because she felt like, oh, my daughter ain't going to forgive me for this. Now, this is another thing to add, to it. So I did like that moment.
I know it was a really touching moment, but I was like, "Girl, what is you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? What are we finna do?" But it's all coming back to her, and I feel like it's just not being able to go to that place, and it makes more sense now why she's always there, why she can't really move from it, because she has this guilt and she's blaming herself for not just the normal guilt that a parent would have for this, like I turned my head for a second. No, right. I told him to go down there and basically get out of my face. I sent him away. I'm the reason, like that's a different type of guilt, so that gave us a better understanding of, of Margaret. Yeah, so definitely. There was that. So I love that part. Of course, everybody gets back together. Mom is going to go get the help that she needs. What's up, Candy Love? Hey, boo. She's going to go get the help that she needs. And once again, Gabby says that, like, she's like, they get Margaret, trying to get her the help that she needs as well. And she's like, I can't go in there. I want to go in there, but I can't go in there because she said, X, Y, and Z. And I was just like, oh, I just wish Margaret would just fix it with Gabby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need her to fix it because, girl, we finding out that you ain't nowhere near perfect.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Nobody is perfect. We know that at the end of the day. And I think because of her guilt, instead of her putting it on herself, and then it makes it come outward even more towards other people. You know how sometimes you pissed off about something that's really not nobody's fault that's around you, but everybody that bump into you and come into your path, you about to curse them out. That's what it feel like it's given. Like all this time you've been being extra on Gab because you really mad at your damn self.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But yeah, talk about this ending though. Like, talk about what Zeke tells Gabby, and then what Gabby does, and then I kind of want to know your thoughts about where you think we're about to go when we come back.
Oh, that's what I want to know, because like I said, I just thought we was about to get a little bit more with this episode, but and then I was frustrated because we was like stretching out, like we seen that Zeke had the letter up on the screen that he definitely was able to tap in and finally found it. And then it's like, oh, I went in, I found the letter. And she's still telling him like, damn it, boy, I told you to leave it the hell alone. And he's like, no, you got to see this. You got to know what it says. But then they wasn't showing us. I'm like, show us the damn letter. What the hell it say? And, we forgot to talk about the fact that Sir came up on Zeke's ass too.
Oh, I forgot about that part. Oh, I forget that.
Yes. That was freaking hilarious, y'all. Oh my God. And then Zeke was all the way out the house and he didn't even realize that he gonna damn faint because Sir said, I'm going to help you. He was like, see, your hatred for me is stronger than your fear of coming outside. He said, I'm going to help all of y'all. I said, sir, I cannot with you. I really can't.
Girl, I was laughing on that part. I said, Zeke, you have to go. You have to go.
Yes, I forgot about that. But yeah, so he calls her telling her this, and I'm like, well, show us the damn letter. What does it say? And then of course he ended up emailing it to her and her with them. Then we find out where she get them damn brass, knuckles from. Mama talking about some. I'm gonna teach you how to use these. You gonna do the 1, 2s, 1, 2. I said, okay, Mama, let me find out you be out here fighting in these streets. But we need a hammer too, okay?
Okay.
But we end up meeting him. So is that the school where they used to go, where he taught and she was at? Okay, I figured that. Yeah, we end up going in here and he's talking about some hi, Gabrielle. Like, what? What the hell is happening, y'all?
Okay, I was like, come on now, what we doing? What did Lawrence say? Hey, Lawrence told y'all Jamie ain't like, who said that?
Oh yeah, Candy says she was been saying that little boy did not like his mama.
I mean, he did say that though. He said she doing the most. Them little kids, they just be doing the most. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I don't know. What do you think is gonna happen when we come back from the fall? Like, what do you think is going to be the thing? Like, are they about to have a showdown? Is this where he's about to take her? Like, does he okay, what if he takes her mid-finale but we get her back in finale?
That's what I was thinking, because I'm trying to figure out how this fits into it. If to make the theory work, where he would either have to get arrested and then be still trying to help them from behind bars, or have something else set up from behind bars, or it would have to be where he takes her, and the only thing that we know is going to have her go willingly is him saying, I have this or that over, one of her peoples, because of course she's going to want to protect them. And if he's planning on coming after all of them individually, now he's saying he's going to help them. Now, him saying that he's going to help them, the one thing I know he can do to help Margaret is get her son back. So what is his plans on helping everybody else? And obviously he wants Trent out the way, because we already had him call somebody and say, I want him up. So how does this all fit into that? I'm wondering.
Yeah, because he said he gonna fix them all, because damn it, y'all broken. And exactly. I need to fix y'all, y'all doing too much. Like, I need to get y'all together, okay? I said, sir, if you do not sit your behind down, he's talking about, I didn't come here for that. Look at you. I said, bruh, you really is out that door. Like,
right. He didn't even think about it at all. He over here swinging that bat.
You are out the door. So
talking about ain't nobody scared of you. I'm like, okay, Zeke.
It's gonna be something else.
But why did you just go and open the door without saying who? Why didn't you look on the damn camera? See, that's what I'm saying. Because what if somebody really was after the person, that the lady was saying in the case, and you did what the damn daughter, and it would have been that. And in this case, it was her. Like, stop it, Zeke. I need you to, do what you need to do too. But yeah.
Girl, they be trying to move that story along, and so they just do dumb stuff, because he always looking at that camera. Hey, Lawrence,
right?
Aaron's going to pick all of them apart individually.
I
of course,
agree.
He's definitely going to get all of them. But I think our theory is going to hold true in the sense that Gabby's going to go willingly. He's not going to take Gabby. He said, and I quote, that Gabby was going to come. Like, he wasn't going to have to take her again. So I think that the only way is if there is something that she absolutely cannot say no to. And I'm still with the theory of the fact that he finds Jamie, and that's what she trades herself for Jamie, for the information as to where Jamie is.
Yeah, I'm still on that path, unless I see something different, because even when he was so close when he had, why am I forgetting her name? Lacey there, and she was ready to go, just so that he would be able to leave her the hell alone, up until the point when Lacey knocked him in his damn head. She was going to go willingly that time. So it was like, you was close, but not close enough. Okay, it slipped through your damn fingers. And like you said, he already told her that was part of his plan. So I just feel like with him saying that, and then now telling Zeke, I'm going to fix all of y'all, I said, not Sir saying I'm gonna be the damn doctor on call out here, bitch.
Okay. But I do like this thought process that Candy has. I think he's gonna fix them so when Gabby is, but I don't think Gabby's gonna be taken, but I do think that he is gonna fix them so that they can function without her because he knows how she feels. Like when it all comes down to it, Sir cares about Gabby. Like he cares about her feelings. It's a sick type of care, but it is a care. I can't say that it's not because he knows how much M&A means to her. He knows what that thing is to function.
Exactly.
Hell, he think he part of it.
Right. Yes, I said the same thing at the Lawrence report. I think that was either last week or the week before. We could possibly have Gabby for Jamie. Okay, let's do this switch. Let's do this trade off. You want Jamie? I got Jamie.
Because he's gonna find Jamie. Like
yes.
he's going to find him. They would not put that out in the atmosphere if he
exactly.
wasn't going to do it.
And it seemed like they had it sprinkled out throughout this season, and they definitely not bringing that up for nothing. And even Margaret having the breakdown and saying to Gabby, like, we don't found everybody else, well, we ain't found my boy. Okay.
Which is what she's really upset about. And I was just like, why wouldn't you just talk to her? Like, why wouldn't you just say something? Because you know that Gabby has never given up on trying to find. If Gabby ain't gave up on trying to find Annie, you know she ain't gave up on trying to find Jamie. Come on now, stop playing right now. But I get it. She traumatized. I be trying to give her grace, y'all, but y'all know how I be feeling. I be going, I don't care. I don't care about these characters. I go in on them. Bump that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that at the Lawrence report. We here. I just think, yeah, he gonna use that. And he might already have info and just be waiting and like when I'm gonna pull this Uno reverse out. Okay.
Yeah, because he's very calculating. So he's gonna do things that make sense. So I think this thing where Gabby goes to him, I don't think this is where it happens. I think this is just another incident where they meet up again. They done met up multiple times at this point. I just think this is another one of those moments. But I just this just wasn't it for me. Like this just wasn't it for me. I needed the fall finale to be something crazy, like Trent laying out on the ground somewhere, fighting for his life because Sir done sent somebody, whoever the person is, to get him. Or we get like a half of who the person was that he's working with. We don't get to see their face or nothing, but maybe we see their back. Like I needed something that was just so major.
Yes, I agree with you there. Because even when Zeke was warning him and sent him the text and he went there to fight, I'm like, okay, so it's not Sir he gonna be fighting with. That was already a letdown for me. But I was like, oh, okay. Like the person was getting up in here for 2.5 seconds, and then he just was able to flip them over, get the best of them, and put them in handcuffs. I was like, whatever. Like, I want to see Heavy Boots really suffering for a minute. And Gabby was all holding her stomach, worried about her, and she still care about her boo. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I do like the fact that Trent is calming down now. I'm glad that he's finally trying to just even though it's just business, but you can still tell that he cares. The one thing he said, he was like, Gabby, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yes. He made sure to tell her that.
Like, and the way that she reacted, I was like, they still care about each other, but Trent done showed his behind though, and I don't know if I want him and Gabby together at this point, because don't you be showing your behind with my girl when she out here traumatized. Okay. Yeah. But that was it, y'all. That was the episode. And this is the fall finale. So I don't know exactly when it's coming back out. I'm sure they'll let us know at some point when.
Yeah, I think it's January 15th, January 15th, January 16th, something like that, right after my birthday. Oh, okay.
So there you go. January the 15th. It'll come back, and of course, we'll come back with and we'll talk about it, and hopefully more people are watching it.
Yeah, now y'all got time to catch up. Y'all got time to binge and get into it. This is a good show, and I wanted to, keep it going a little bit longer. Okay.
Absolutely. We might have to get a bigger panel. We might have to see if we get Lawrence and Candy up here and see if we can get a bigger panel and maybe talk about it a little bit more since more people are talking about it. We might have to do that. We'll see.
That's what I've been waiting for, Lawrence. I'm telling you, they keep teasing us with it. I want to see them pow, pow, pow. Okay, let's get to it. But because they know we want that so much, they gonna just hold off on that and keep teasing us with it.
Absolutely. But anyway, y'all, that was what's up, y'all. So Tamika, what you got going on, baby?
What do I have going on? Of course, y'all know I did a live with Candy and Monique 69 Ways for Sisters and did my own recap. And then I've been doing like 2x2 recaps, 2 episodes for Cross. So all of those is up. I've been getting busy all week long. And then we do a live Sunday on Cross, and Tuesday, I think we're doing the piano lesson, if I'm not mistaken. And pretty much, Found is done now. This was the last of that. But y'all know I joined EJ for Found and From. Looking forward to talking about From, child. Whew. So.
No label.
Hey, no label.
I ain't seen you in a good hot minute. What you been up to? But yeah, listen, I cannot wait to talk about From. We gotta finish it off strong. We gotta talk about the last 2 episodes because there was some shenanigans going on. It was a lot of shenanigans.
And I'm looking forward to all the Queen's men. Ow, as Munchie would say.
Yes, all the Queen's men will be back on November the 28th, y'all. November the 28th. So I'm going to be doing 2 lives for all the Queen's Men. Y'all, we're going to have Virtual Club Eden, where we have, everybody on the panel, just, how we do Virtual Club Eden. And we just going to be having a good old time. And then I'm going to do a live after show for not Club Eden, for all the Queen's Men as well. And then what else I got going on? What's today? Today, Friday. So tomorrow, we shifted some stuff. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about Married at First Sight. Y'all know y'all girl been in here dipping her foot in this reality show stuff. Listen, Candy done got me back in the reality shows too. So Candy and I actually are going to be talking about Married to Medicine. It's nice to see you too, bro. Like, it's nice to see you. Yes. That's what's up. But Candy and I are going to be talking about Married to Medicine. She got me out here looking at these crazy heifers out here just doing the absolute most. So I'm looking forward to talking about that with her. Of course, Tyra, Ashley, and I are going to be talking about math tomorrow. That's Married at First Sight, y'all. Married at First Sight. Like, I'm getting my acronyms and everything together, y'all. See, look at me out here being a reality TV junkie. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about Silo coming up. If you're not watching Silo, it's a slow burn, but let me tell y'all, like, if you like From, then it's another one of those shows that get you to really, really thinking, and just be having all the stuff going on and have you asking all these questions. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about Dune, Prophecy. If you haven't been looking at that, we're going to be talking about that and some other stuff. And I think we have our finale for From coming up on Tuesday. But, just in case you don't remember all that, I'm going to go ahead and get us on up out of here. And I'm going to show you the TV guide for my group stuff. And then I'm going to be doing a family business book. We're going to be finishing up that live on Sunday with Letitia, Candy, and Lex and myself. So definitely join that. And then hopefully I'm going to have some more book clubs. So I think we're going to try to do Who's That Girl and some other stuff. So I'm excited for the book club. But anyway, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. And then actually tonight is maths. I said tomorrow. Tonight is maths. After this live around 7:15, y'all, definitely come check us out. And we're going to be talking about that later. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.